Morning, morning, beautiful people. It's so good to have each and every one of you around for the market color session today, being the 26th of today being the 26th of March 2025. So good to have each and everyone around for today's market color session. All right. I believe we can see me, right? So I will be heading straight to the analysis for today, right? For this segment of the London session, market color, I will be going through DXY GBP USD and Euro USD right after that. CJ will be coming up for his own analysis on gold and the yen basket. So I hope you can all hear me. Okay, this is Cynthia. My name is Cynthia, not Abby. Abby will be having her own session tomorrow, Thursday, the 27th of March 2025. Right, so we will just head straight. Please confirm if you can see my screen and if you can hear me and if you can see me so that we can proceed. Thank you for confirming that. Apologies for the break in transmission. Um, all right. Okay, so I believe you can see my screen. I hope I'm not assuming that my screen is being seen and I'm actually seeing my screen. So on the X5 for the monthly time frame, you can see that nothing has really changed, right? And price is still doing its thing to the upside. Then down to the weekly time frame, as seen right here, price tapped into this very other block and we're seeing some push to the downside, right? But what am I expecting price to do on a daily time frame, right? Swinging from point A to point B, as seen right here. I want to see some push to this very fair value gap right here at 61.8% feed level. This very fair value gap right here. And we may even see more push to an IOFED on the daily time frame. There's an IOFED here, fair value gap to the right and to the left. So we may see price pushing all the way to this level before reacting off to the downside. Right. So on the 4 hour time frame, 4 hour time frame, I can actually see some break to the upside. This is just price doing its thing and wanting to trade into this very fair value gap right into this fair value gap and IOFED on the daily time frame. So we may be looking out for buy opportunities on the XY. And where am I interested in buying? I want to see price retracing into this very left shoulder on the 5 minutes time frame. Yes, the box pattern right here, shoulder sweep, break all the way to the upside. I want to see the I want to see price retracing into this very left shoulder at 104 spot 004. So I'm looking out for buy opportunities on DXY for today, right? I'm looking out for buy opportunities on DXY for today. I want to see price retracing into 104 spot 004 on the 5 minutes time frame for DXY. Then I'll be pulling the trigger for a buy, right? Down to the Euro USD. Euro USD for the monthly time frame, we can see the price is still maintaining its push to the downside. And on the weekly time frame, the weekly time frame I'm seeing right here, right, price actually tapped into this very resistance right here. And we're seeing some reaction of that point down to the daily time frame, right? We can see that price traded into this very order block right here, this very order block right here on daily time frame, and we're seeing some push through the downside, fibbing this most recent swing, right? We know that we are actually looking out for buy opportunities long term for price to trade into this very left shoulder. But before that happens, we're going to see a bit of reaction rather into this very IOFED right here. There are voids that price should fill before buying all the way to the left shoulder at 1.11445. Right. I can see some voids here. There's a fair value gap right here too. The fair value gap right here on the daily time frame. There's a fair value gap right here that price should fill. That price should fill before continuing its way all the way to the upside to this very left shoulder on daily time frame and down to the 4 hour time frame. Pretty much the same thing. I'm seeing that this low has been taken out. So there should be some form of retracement back into this very low before we see, price pushing all the way to the downside to fill all the voids on daily time frame and subsequently trade into the IOFED on the daily time frame. So I'm looking out for sell opportunities for today. And down to my 5 minutes time frame, I'll be looking out for entries, sell entries on my 5 minutes time frame. I can spot the left shoulder here, the box pattern strategy, shoulder right here, sweep, break, right? Shoulder right here at 1.08254. There's a shoulder, sweep, break. Price should return into 1.08254 before we sell all the way. Remember that we always want to sell at premium, and the sell on Euro USD is actually short term for it to just fill those voids on the daily time frame. Remember, we still want to ride the buy all the way to the left shoulder on the daily time frame, and this sell is just price reacting off to fill these very void fair value gaps that have been created, and this very IOFED. We should see some retracement before price keeps buying all the way to this very left shoulder right here. So this is my outlook on Euro USD for today. I'm looking out to sell off the 5 minute shoulder. Last on my list being GBP USD. Starting from the monthly time frame right here, you can see that price is, breaking even lower. Nothing has really changed on the monthly time frame. On the weekly time frame, however, we're seeing some push to the upside, right? And where do I anticipate price coming into? Price should trade into this very left shoulder on the weekly time frame at 1.32279. And of course, I can also spot the box pattern strategy for a buy right here. There's a shoulder right here, sweep, break. So price should return into this very left shoulder at one spot 24825 before we see the ride all the way to this very left shoulder for a sell down to the daily time frame. Pretty much the same thing. There's the box pattern strategy for a sell right here. Shoulder, sweep, break, price. There's still more room for price to push to the upside on a daily time frame into one spot 32279. But of course, we would want to always buy at discounts. We can see so many voids right here that price should fill before continuing its journey to the upside, right? So there's a fair value gap right here. There are just so many voids. There is one right here, and there's an IOFED2 on the daily time frame, right? So price should fill these voids. Price should fill these voids, and I can even see and spot this very box strategy for a buy right here. Shoulder right here, sweep, break. Price should return into one spot 23772 on the daily time frame down to the 4-hour time frame. You can see that price is at premium, so we should see some push to the downside, right? So I'm actually looking out for sell opportunities on GBP USD too, and down to the much lower time frames. When I'm interested in taking the sell on GBP USD, I want to take the sell when I see price retracing into one spot 29526. Shoulder right here, sweep, break. That should return into the shoulder at one spot 29526. So once price gets there, I'm willing to pull the trigger for a sell on GPP USD. So right about now, this will be the end of my session. Please, if you have questions, you can actually type in the chat box, and we will be looking at the questions together. Fancy my screen. I'm sorry about that. Confirm if you can see my screen. Just confirm if you can see my screen. Joshua said my screen cannot be seen. Okay, so maybe I would have to start from the very beginning. Okay. All right, let me just run through it again. So for the sake of those who couldn't see my screen, I'm just going to briefly run through it again. Oh, okay, okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for confirming that. All right, seeing that my screen was seeing, this will be the end of my market color session, right? For my own segment, if there are no questions, CJ will be coming up right after me for his own analysis after this very brief break, of course. I hope you have an amazing trading day ahead. Cheers and God bless.
All right, good morning, beautiful people. Welcome back to the market follow for today. And we're excited to have you all here for today's market follow. Right now, we're going to be going straight and continue with our market follow as we look at the following currency pairs. We're going to be starting off with an outlook on GBP, JPY, Euro JPY, and then we're going to also be looking at gold against the dollar during the period of this market color. Okay, so starting off with gold, we'll progress into the JPYs. All right, so let's move on to our analysis for gold for today. All right. So since the beginning of the new trend on gold somewhere around 3 months ago. We've been highlighting that we need to see gold at 3,000 price point for it to look balanced because with the bullish run on gold, we were expecting that we're going to see 3,000 as the new price point on gold. And that has played out. We've emphasized that over the last 2 weeks because that was when it actually played out. Right now, what we're expecting to play out on gold is a retracement so that we can take a longer trade on gold moving to the upside because gold has already shown us that 3,000 may not just be price point that to settle for. It could even trade higher. Looking at how gold has carefully mitigated the previous price points that it has tapped, all the way from 2,000 somewhere around 2023, it tapped 2.5, got to 2,750 some time around the middle of last year, and then 3,000 at this year. So the next price point could be 3,250. But before gold trades to that level, we're going to need to see it trade into some discount level before we see it trading all the way higher. Now, one of the places we wanted to see gold trade into is 3,000, right? Around here, somewhere around here. And you can see how gold has traded into it, and now it's shooting into the upside. The second place we want to see gold trading into is somewhere around 2,950. We really need to see that because that will give us a stronger retracement compared to what we have here. And when we have a stronger retracement, just like a bow and an arrow, the farther you draw the bow uh, away and then shoot, the longer the arrow would fly. So for this same reason, we're expecting to see a deeper retracement on gold so that we can have a momentous move to the upside. All right. So this is what we're expecting to play out on gold this morning. So right now, I'm expecting to see gold if possible, trade a little lower and then we'll trade above. But with where gold is at the moment, it's still looking like it has a good place to buy, but then we are not looking to buy so much. So we're going to be taking quick scalps on gold. When we say quick scalps on gold, we're looking at around 100 to 150 pips on a daily basis, okay? So right now, let's look at the 1 hour time frame and see what are the pairs or what are the outlook that we're having on gold so that we can take those trades. Very interestingly, this morning we have box pattern forming on gold. If you look at the 15 minutes, okay, so this is the 15 minutes, and what we're expecting this morning to play out on gold is this kind of move. So I'm expecting to see this play out here on gold, okay, and if this plays out, this is going to be a wonderful trade to uh, catch on gold this morning. So let me show you how I expect to take advantage of this trade setup. So I'm looking at about 50 pips stop loss, and then I'm just targeting 1:3. Okay. And by 1:3, we are looking at around 170 pips take profit. So I'm going to be going long on gold this morning. And here is where I'm looking to take my entry from. I'm expecting a retracement back into this level, most likely during the London, New York overlap, somewhere around 12 noon GMT, standard GMT. So, or 1 p.m. GMT plus one. So, around that period, I'm expecting to see a retracement unfolding, taking gold all the way to this level around 3,017, and then a buy from that level to the upside. There are various other places where we could see gold trade into. I'm even looking all the way to this high, but at least we'll start with 1,000, 3,170, right? No, not 3,170, 3,037. That is the first place I'll be looking to exit. And then the final place is 3,050. That's where I'll exit the final position. So for me on gold this morning, this is my trade call for the day. And I'm expecting gold to play out accordingly. So I would expect you all, as usual, to go and mark this out on your various charting platform, so that what happened on Monday will not happen to you again today. Remember, on Monday we called out a Euro USD trade, and it played out in our direction, and many people missed it because they were not able to set it up the way they should. Because of the kind of season we are in the market, I would not strongly support pending orders. Instead, I would advise you use instant execution to execute your trade. So for that, I would advise you to maybe set an alert. If you're using TradingView, then I advise you to set an alert on your. If you're using TradingView, I would advise you to set an alert somewhere around here. So you can set an alert on 3018. So if you set an alert on 3018, if price gets there, she's going to send you maybe a mail or a notification on your phone or mobile device, whichever one you're using. So once that happens, it's going to trigger you to go back to your charting platform so that you can come and check what price is actually doing. So once you see price around 3017, 3018, I'll be taking a buy on gold all the way to the upside. So the first push of the buy has gone, but do not feel left out. It's going to come back to pick us up, and then we're going to have a jolly good ride into profit for trading gold into the remaining part of this week. Okay. So this, my dear friend, is my bias on gold, and this is my trade that I'm expecting to play out on gold. We're giving this out to you freely, especially to those who belong to our community on Instagram and on Telegram and also on YouTube, so that you can take advantage of this and make money together, because that is the sole purpose of what we're doing at the end of the day. Okay, so this is what I'm looking out on gold. Now let's look at the yen basket, and then one or two other yen related pairs, especially GBP JPY and Euro JPY. Funny enough, there's been kind of a twist of fate for the yen basket. We expected the yen basket to strengthen during the period of uncertainty for the dollar, but we saw something surprisingly happen towards the end of Monday for the dollar. We saw the dollar strengthening and giving us a sign of a retracement. So quickly, let's just look at the dollar index once again to reference what we're saying on the yen basket. So you can see we had kind of a range. The dollar index was stuck in a range right here, and then it broke out of the range. And after it broke out of the range, we visited it, and now it's looking to be trading higher. So on the lower time frame, it looks like the dollar index will be trading a little higher. And our bias, like we all said and agreed on a couple of days ago on the yen, but on the dollar index rather, is that we're expecting the dollar index at around 105.100. So for that to happen, we're going to see a buy retracement of the dollar index into this level, and then a sell-off afterwards. So for while that is happening, we're seeing further weakness in the yen. So as the dollar index is retracing from the sell, the yen basket is also retracing from the buy. So that is what is happening to the two of them. But I do not expect the yen basket to break. I do not expect the yen basket to break this level right here. So we could see many more retracements around here, because this has been the swing from this swing point here, here being the swing low, and then here being the swing high. We've not seen the dollar and the yen basket break out from any of these two. So what I'm expecting to see is the yen basket get some momentum from anywhere around here, or range for a while. When the dollar index now starts selling, the yen basket to start buying. Now, why am I bringing in the confluence or the sentiment of the yen basket versus the dollar index? Both of them are safe haven currencies, and this is a fight for the most preferred safe haven currency at the time. That is why they are looking like they are correlated. On a normal day, and naturally based off trading and trading calculations, they are not correlated in any way, whether positively or negatively. The only way where they relate is because they are safe haven assets. So I expect that one is going to be preferred over the other in some cases, as unique as the case we have for today. So right now, the yen basket is retracing. I expect that after this retracement, it's going to resume momentum and continue trading to the upside. So while that is happening, we're going to be looking for long position, short-term long positions on GBP JPY and Euro JPY. So let's go to GBP JPY. All right. So here is GBP JPY on the daily time frame, and we're seeing that it's struggling to even break this high, because a break of this high will signify a change of structure, and it could trade higher above. But this could also be liquidity for GBP JPY because there is still some places that has been left unfilled for GBP JPY on its journey to the downside, one of which is here. Okay, so right here we're expecting GBP JPY to trade. Possibly if it takes out this high and closes above it, we're expecting GBP JPY to trade all the way here before it continues selling to the downside. So my bias for today on GBP JPY would be to see it trade a little higher all the way here and then maybe stall for a bit. So let's go into the lower time frame and look out for trading opportunities for GBP JPY today. Now, seeing that it is struggling to close above there on the higher time frame, we could also take advantage of that and see how GBP is going to give us some decent retracement all the way to any of these places. Let's show you that clearly. So this was the last swing to the upside on GBP. So we could see it trade further into 50% level or 61% level, but most especially around 50% level before the trade resumes to the upside. So somewhere around here, I'm expecting GBP to just quickly tap it, and then we'll look for buy opportunities from here to the upside. So this is what I'm expecting to play out on GBP. A quick sell into this level, and then a buy all the way to the upside. Okay, so this is my expectation on GBP. Now let's look at Euro JPY as well. Of course, we're going to start with the daily time frame. Now, if you look on the daily time frame, Euro JPY is still respecting this high. Okay, so for Euro JPY, it has not traded as far above as GBP JPY has because we still have that clear sentiment that we still want to see the yen basket strengthening, and then these guys selling off because that's what our sentiment is telling us this morning. So for us to take out good trades on Euro JPY and GBP JPY, for Euro JPY, I would expect a quick retracement to the downside and then a buy back to the upside. So let's also look at it on the 1 hour time frame, just like we did on GBP JPY. And for Euro JPY, if you notice that since this last swing, it was carefully mitigated into a discount level. Okay, so what we're expecting to play out on GBP JPY has actually played out on Euro JPY. You see, we're expecting it around, we're expecting GBP JPY around 50 and 61.8 level. Right now, Euro JPY has done that. So we might not see so much of a deep retracement on Euro JPY all the way down. So instead, what we're going to expect to see on Euro JPY is maybe a quick sell-off into this region right here. I marked this out earlier. So, oh, not here, not here. So this is what we're expecting to play out on Euro JPY. A quick sell into this place, and then we buy back up. So something like this, and then we buy. And now while we're buying, we're just buying to grab all the liquidities residing above on Euro JPY. So you can have something like this. And then take out these guys here. So this should be a decent 1:3 trade if you should play out. So a sell off into this level and then a buy back to the upside. This is what I'm expecting to play out on Euro JPY. So I'll urge you all to replicate this chart markup somewhere around 1.162 spot 076 is where I'll be taking my buy on Euro JPY from. So try to replicate this chart markup on your various charting platforms so that when price gets to our point of interest, we can all take the trades and make some money from the market for today. Okay, so here comes my conclusion for today. A long on GBP JPY, a long on Euro JPY is what I'm expecting, and then a long on gold against the dollar. All right, so this is what we're anticipating to play out today. So if you have followed us from the beginning of today's market color, you should already know what to do to this effect, okay? So if you have any question, feel free to ask your question in the chat box. You can just send your question quickly, whether you're watching from Instagram, Telegram, or from YouTube. You can send your questions in, and then we would have someone to attend to your questions immediately you ask them. But if there's none, we're going to bring this market color to a conclusion until we meet again by 2 p.m. GMT plus 1 for a quick recap where we're going to look at what actually played out as per our analysis this morning and what we're looking to see play out for the remaining part of the day. We wish you good luck and good trading. Thank you very much, everyone. I can see your comments. Thank you. Really appreciate your attendance to the market follow. Until then, wish you good luck and good trading. Cheers and God bless, guys.